we still have feral cats going through our backyard.
Too many stray cats. It's an issue that has come up in Brooklyn Park, and now officials are asking the public for help. Many feral cats have been spotted in Brooklyn Park's Sunny Lane neighborhood, leading to complaints. Now animal rescue groups are stepping in to help. Reporter Sonia Goins shows us what's being done to solve the problem.
Right here and here is where I've always seen them. That's usually the path.
This quiet neighborhood has some unwanted guests.
Yes, I've seen like a blondish colored one, and it always seems to be running across this yard right over here.
Stacy says it's not unusual to see stray cats roaming the neighborhood, hiding in sheds and underneath cars.
I was just assuming somebody's feeding them.
This is a trap specifically for kittens.
Jackie Wilson is a volunteer with Bitty Kitty Brigade. Her group and the Kitty Revolution Rescue Service have been trying to capture the feral cats. She says it's very easy for the situation to get out of hand.
People get free kittens online. They don't get them fixed in time. They go into heat. They escape. A neighbor has a tomcat they let out at night, and there you started a colony.
The city is using trail cameras to locate the wandering cats. According to police, so far they've caught about 70 cats.
I do think there's a good 30 to 50 left.
The goal is to trap the cats and then take them to the Animal Humane Society to be neutered and then return the cats back to the community. It's a process called TNR.
Now that those cats are spayed or neutered, they won't have more kittens. They're no longer going to add to the population.
The Animal Humane Society says returning the cats is essential to cutting down on the population.
If you, however, remove those cats that are already spayed and neutered, other cats will move in and find the resources, the food resources available to them.
However, some neighbors don't like that plan.
I would like to see them gone.
This neighbor didn't want to be identified, but says she's frustrated.
They're still wreaking havoc on the wildlife that's around here. And I wish that there was an option for, if they can't adopt them out, then maybe they could euthanize the ones.
Meanwhile, some residents say they are seeing a difference.
It seems to be better than it has been.
Brooklyn Park police are asking residents to report any cluster of cats they see roaming around. They hope to have the problem resolved by next spring. In Brooklyn Park, Sonia Goins, CCX News.
Crystal police are asking for the public's help in providing information about a shooting that happened Wednesday near the Fair School in Crystal. Crystal police say there were several 911 calls regarding possible shots fired near 38th and Adair Avenues right after 4 p.m. on Wednesday. Police didn't find anyone who was injured, but they did find evidence of gunshots. Police say they talked to juveniles at the scene, but they did not cooperate with police. Police do not believe this incident was random, and they do not believe that there is a danger to the public. Another round of liquor license violations in Maple Grove drew frustrations this week from city council members. Several businesses were caught serving alcohol to people under the age of 21. The city council approved fines and license suspensions for 2 restaurants and 2 liquor stores. For Benihana and Grill Hall Churrascaria, it was their second failed compliance check in a year's span. Both received $2,000 fines and a license suspension of 5 consecutive days. Sam's Club and Angel's Liquor received 3-day suspensions and $2,000 fines. Maple Grove Mayor Mark Stephenson noted it's not just a punishment for the business, there's penalties for the server too.
From the server that was fired, that, for her, there's a lot of additional consequences here. She's gotten charged.
Yes.
She's going to be punished in court for what she did, and it has a lot of effects on the server.
Maple Grove requires everyone to be carded, no matter the age. Stephenson says there's a reason for that too. Some people are not allowed to be served alcohol due to multiple DWI convictions. According to the American Academy of Pediatrics, there's a national emergency when it comes to kids and mental health. Several local leaders held a forum in Maple Grove to talk about how to help kids struggling with mental health challenges.
Normalizing the discussion around mental health, I think, is really important.
As a new school year starts, local leaders are trying to figure out how to help kids work through mental health challenges, which increased during the pandemic.
That sense of belonging eroded a bit. The isolation that we all kind of felt at times set in, so we're trying to turn that around, and how do we create greater connections from our bus drivers to our food service workers all the way up to the mental health therapists.
Most Hennepin County schools now have a mental health professional on site. County Commissioner Kevin Anderson says that's vital in helping recognize kids that might be in crisis.
Being able to find ways of connecting to the students at that moment and in that space, I think is hugely important.
At a forum Wednesday, therapists, school administrators, first responders, and parents talked about how to help kids achieve mental fitness.
Teaching them how to ground themselves, how to focus themselves when they are in a moment of crisis or semi-crisis. These kids aren't learning in school how to handle their emotions. And these are some really big feelings we've got going on in middle school, into high school.
Intense feelings certainly played a role after a shooting at Plymouth Middle School last year, in which a student fired multiple shots into a hallway ceiling. Plymouth Public Safety Director Eric Fadden spoke about the incident.
We have spent countless hours working with school staff and mental health professionals to just find those gaps that, if the pandemic ever swings to a position where we're doing this again, there are some gaps that we've identified through that we need to make sure that we're keeping kids connected.
School officials say there's still a stigma when it comes to mental health, and there's no one-size-fits-all solution. But just talking about it could lead to progress. In Maple Grove, Jason Malillo, CCX News.
Thanks, Jason. We'll be right back with more news and sports.